Nashville's population is booming, and for many of our new residents, there's still much to learn about Music City. Take the Parthenon, for example. It's an exact-sized replica of the original with artistic treasures inside and a new exhibit. Once upon a time, Nashville, Tennessee was known as the Athens of the South. And in order to reinforce that image, a replica of the Parthenon in Greece was created. In May of 1931, it opened to the public. It attracted thousands of visitors over the years, but it was in 1990 that it became a must-see for visitors from all over the world. That's when 26-year-old sculptor Alan LaQuire was commissioned to create a 42-foot statue of the Greek goddess Athena. Parthenon curator Jennifer Richardson says it had to be an accurate depiction of the goddess.
It wasn't just an idea that Alan had and he threw together all on his own. He did a lot of research. He consulted with a lot of archaeologists and historians to get it accurate. That was very important. And then he had to design it. He first designed it on a very small scale and then enlarged it to 1/10 size and then to 1/5 size. And then he created full size in clay.
Well, the most difficult part for me was trying to imitate the style of Phidias. You know, I was a young sculptor and I just hadn't done that much figurative sculpture. And so trying to understand his style was the most difficult thing.
Originally, the statue was white, and obviously it was gilded, and now it's in its glory. How important was that for you to have done a certain way?
Most people tell me they preferred the statue when it was white, unadorned, and I have to admit I do too, but that's just our modern taste coming out. I always intended it to be archaeologically correct, and this is what we know that she looked like from ancient written descriptions.
You might think that after an artist has created a piece de resistance, they would rest on their accolades, but not Alan LaQuire.
When Jennifer Richardson, who's the curator here, gave me the great gift of having an exhibition throughout the whole building, I was really inspired by that, and I knew I would have the opportunity to do the kind of work I've always wanted to do, not dictated by a client.
And that work would feature monumental figures, all of them women.
I realized pretty quickly that with Athena there, the Parthenon is sort of a monument to women.
And one of the most eye-catching of the monumental figures can be seen over the entrance of the Athena Parthenos.
I immediately thought of Fannie Lou Hamer, a woman because all of the figures are women, but also someone who points us in the right direction in terms of defending our democracy. And I think that is so important right now that we remember that. The point really is that we're all worthy of monumental statues. It's not just that you qualify by some great accomplishment. There's a figure that's inspired by a former assistant of mine. She has birds all over her. Actually, she helped me make Athena. It was Mary Mark Monday. And later she sort of developed an obsession with birds, and she raised birds in her apartment in Nashville, and now she lives in Pennsylvania. And there's a figure that's inspired by my grandmother, who I never knew. She grew up in Cades Cove in the Smoky Mountains and began her life as a subsistence farmer. So she's in there. It's a mixture of people.
In the main gallery standing guard, Athena Parthenos in all her glory has been joined by 3 floating statues.
These are all inspired by our female Olympians, and we've had lots from Tennessee. So I tried to concentrate on that, but Wilma Rudolph, of course. People need to go watch that YouTube video of her winning all those medals, 1964, I think. She's about 1,100 pounds, suspended over the audience here in the Parthenon. All the figures are about that heavy. I think the swimmer is the lightest one. She's about 800 pounds. And the swimmer, of course, is tribute to our many Olympic swimmers from Nashville. Tracy Calkins, of course, and then Gretchen and Alex Walsh.
And although she's not a Tennessean, Olympic-winning gymnast Simone Biles has been an inspiration too. As you walk through the Parthenon, you can't help but be inspired by LaQuire's thoughtful work. From civil rights spokesperson Diane Nash, to singer and civil rights advocate Joan Baez, to Dr. Mildred Stallman, who created the world's first modern neonatal intensive care unit at Vanderbilt University.
What is it about sculpting that keeps you going?
I've had this since I was born, I guess. I have the desire to make stuff with my hands, And, I went to Vanderbilt and I was pre-med and I was thinking about going to medical school, but nothing gave me the satisfaction of making something with my hands.
Alan LaQuire, mission accomplished.
How did you like the story? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoyed it, we have a lot more where that came from. Here's one you might like, and please click here to subscribe so you'll know when we premiere new videos. Thanks for watching.